I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough of this horse shit. And I don't give a what you try to take from me. I come into this world with nothing. I'll go out with nothing.
U.S. farmers are regretting their vote for Donald Trump after their business suffers. Womp womp. Since China implemented their tariffs, farmers are suffering because soybean farmers, especially in the Midwest, are not being able to export as much as they're used to. I wonder why. Yet they voted for him anyway. They voted for him about 2 or 3 times, actually. I don't know how you thought voting for him would help you in your business when creating tariffs will probably hurt you. And he's said he's going to do this multiple times. But, another example of Americans thinking that other parts of the world need them the most. Brazil is the #1 soybean import for China. They don't need the U.S. Brazil is steadily increasing the production year after year after year, while the U.S. has remained stagnant. And y'all thought Donald Trump getting in office will help y'all? You put somebody in office who directly hinders your business. I need these people to take a survey so I can understand why they make the decisions that they do. But again, womp womp. You put somebody in office because of reasons, and now you're paying the price because of those same reasons. You just thought they wouldn't affect you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. My name is Amy and welcome back to my channel where we break down trending topics. Today's story is one that's hitting the heartland hard, and it got farmers questioning everything they once believed in. So as you know, for all this time, many American farmers stood by the Trump administration, trusting in promises of a stronger economy and better trade deals. But now, those same farmers are rethinking that vote, with the tariff war, especially with China, has become a crushing burden for US agriculture. And crops are piling up, export markets are drying up, and the cost of doing business has skyrocketed. And some farmers say they're drowning in debt and patience. So we are seeing more and more farmers coming forward publicly saying enough is enough. So guys, let's take a look at some of these clips, see what they have to say about the whole situation. Then I'll be back and we can discuss this conversation.
Buy this. Did you ever think that when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you're going to lose money? I never thought I was going to lose this much money.
When President Biden was elected, he promised to help out farmers that were impacted by Donald Trump's tariffs in his first term. And with the Inflation Reduction Act, he provided incentives to help subsidize the cost of farming equipment and stuff like that. When we have the next Democratic president, they need to stop helping out these farmers because these farmers are continuously voting against their own interests.
MAGA no like tariffs. Tariffs make price go up. MAGA no like trade war. Biggest trade war with China. MAGA no like. Why? China buy no more beef from red states. Red states have too much beef. Oversupply of beef. Must sell lower price. MAGA no like. They pretend they're okay with it because they'll put up with anything that Mr. Dump does. But they no like. China no buy chicken, poultry. Simple economics, supply and demand. Now we will have lots of beef and lots of poultry. That means price go down. Good for us, bad for farmers. MAGA no like tariffs. MAGA no like trade war. MAGA no like how China fighting back with US. Did you know that like 90% of what everybody buys for Christmas toys, games from around the world, do you know where they mostly come from, where they're mainly manufactured? China. MAGA no like that. This Christmas, toys, very expensive. In preparation, companies slow down production. Shelves will be empty. No Christmas for MAGA. And whatever does get shipped here from China, the tariff, that's just a fancy name for a tax. MAGA no like tax. MAGA no have money, MAGA poor. Prices going up. MAGA quiet lately, MAGA regret. But MAGA won't admit.
American workers and American taxpayers have been taken advantage of for multi-generation, for decades. And it's time for somebody to stand up and put us first and put the country first and do what's best for the country, not what's best for the politicians.
Even if you as a farmer suffer.
That's right. Well, that's my duty as for being the head of my household. I've got to do what I got to do, what's going to be better for the future, better for the kids. It's not about today. It's about the long term. The long game is where the rewards are going to be.
Kansas farmers are publicly regretting voting for Donald Trump and wish they would have read Project 2025 now that Donald Trump's policies are directly affecting them, specifically the cuts to USAID funding, which would have been used to purchase farmers' goods. Listen to what the executive director of the Kansas Farmers Union had to say about it.
There are a lot of people who are very concerned out there who voted for this administration. But, you know, they wrote it all down in Project 2025. I guess we should have paid a little closer attention to what was in that.
Yeah, you probably should have. It's not as if people weren't warning you. It's not as if Kamala Harris went out every single day and warned Americans about Project 2025. But you believe the guy that can never tell the truth when he said, I know nothing about it. And now you're suffering, but the worst part is we're all suffering. There's hungry people around the world that are being affected by that funding cut. So yes, welcome to the find out phase. We're all here. Have a seat. Grab yourself some ramen. It's the only thing that's cheap anymore. And enjoy.
This is a West Virginia update. The second state that voted the most for this administration. Farmers, who was all about him, is taking a $1 billion hit after a contract with them was canceled where they were able to sell their vegetables and such to food banks and schools. Of course, there is a big uproar right now. They're upset. They feel betrayed because keep in mind, most of the people who actually did vote in West Virginia voted for this. We have already lost like 100 jobs in Parkersburg. We've got steel contracts that's been canceled, and now this. In one of the most poor states. And it is because the people of our state do not research. They don't read. They vote for acism. Pretty much. That's what it is. Just a bunch of hillbillies like, yeah, man, I like him. He don't like nobody, yeah. You want to feel sorry for him. But you can't when you know that this is what they voted for. FAFO.
Alright, let's talk about this because I'm not surprised by what we are seeing, but it is sad. Farmers who've been the backbone of the country are now crying out because they are feeling the pressure like never before. And here's the thing, they were sold a dream. A lot of them believed in the promises of stronger trade, more protection, America first, but instead they're the ones paying the highest price. And now, let's be real, tariffs sound tough in speeches, but in reality, they hit the working class first, especially the farmers. And these are people who rely on exporting their crops. When trade slows down or stops entirely, who suffers? It's not the politicians, it's the man out in the field, working 12 hours a day, hoping his harvest pay off. And some folks online are like, well, they voted for him, this is karma. Now, we've got farmers facing foreclosure, selling their equipment, losing land that's been in their family for generations, and families are breaking under pressure. And for what? Political games and trade wars that benefit the powerful but break the poor. And the silence from the administration, that's the loudest part. These same farmers who showed up and voted are now feeling ignored, and some are finally speaking up. And it takes a lot to say that I was wrong or I've had enough. That's not weakness, that is growth. But this whole situation should be a wake-up call because voting isn't just about speeches and slogans. It's about policy, impact, and also accountabilities like I usually say. And if these many farmers are saying they've had enough, maybe it's time more people start listening. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. I really want to hear from you guys too. So let's talk in the comments. Do you feel bad for these farmers, or do you think this is just a lesson in political consequences? Let me know what you have to say about all this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video if you found it insightful. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one because the stories don't stop and neither do we.